On this Saturday, it is special because this is my very first photography field day. So where are we going, James?
We are headed to Kent Falls State Park, Connecticut. Only been there one time before. Well, twice. I've been there twice. Once in this autumn time, once in the winter time, and now it's springtime.
It must be a good place. This is the third time going.
Hey everyone, James with Lenspiration here. Wholesome place to learn, grow, and share all things photography. I'm at Kent Falls State Park, and I'm looking forward to holding a photography field day here today. The folks have just arrived, and who knows, we'll be out taking pictures of the falls, and got ourselves this our own private little picnic tables to get to talk about photography as much as we can today.
The first part of the class is getting all the terms down, so that's what they're doing over there on the picnic table.
We started off with familiarizing ourselves with all the basic aspects of the camera. We wanted to be on the same page. What's the best shooting mode to start with? You know, what is aperture? How does it affect your pictures? What does aperture actually look like physically? You know, how do you change it on your camera? Shutter speed, same thing. What does it look like? You know, what effect does it have on your pictures? ISO, what happens when you change that? You know, is a higher number better, a lower number? And of course, how do all three of those settings work together? The exposure trio. If you don't know that, that's the most important thing. So we really, we're trying to learn the basics of manual shooting and manual. Of course, if you're jumping into the manual mode, then you have all those other little things that you now have to take care of. So we're talking about drive mode and all those focus settings, exposure compensation, getting everything set up on the camera for actually shooting in the field. There's a lot to go over in a short amount of time. How stops of light work, what is proper exposure. Yeah, there's just so much to understand and get familiar with before actually getting out into the field to take real pictures.
So here we are on this fine, fabulous Saturday morning, taking pictures with the Bennetts.
I'm Lydia. I'm Carolyn. I'm Catherine.
And we are about to take pictures of this covered bridge, and then soon, hopefully, the waterfall. We're just waiting for James.
So after going over all the basics, it's like, finally, we're gonna go out and we're gonna take real pictures. We start with random little things it's okay that they don't turn out to be really cool, epic pictures. And of course, we're trying to make the pictures look good, but the main idea is to put that head knowledge into actual practice. What does it look like in real life? So we're shooting a picture, aperture wide open. What does it look like? Same shot, aperture closed down. What does that look like? So we went out into the parking lot. There was the beautiful budding trees out there, took pictures out there. So different lighting situations. We have the covered bridge. And outside of the covered bridge, inside the covered bridge, how do we change our settings based on the lighting conditions? Or if it's moving, what shutter speed do you use for objects moving at different speeds? And how still can I hold the camera? What's the slowest shutter speed that I can actually hand hold a picture? And it's not a good time of day for good pictures, so we're just getting familiar with the camera, waiting for when the light gets right on the falls, and so then we can start taking real pictures.
So we're finally at the falls, and everybody has their camera out and are taking their very beautiful pictures.
So now that the lighting is better, we're talking more about composition. We're looking for those really good pictures, the pictures that we actually could walk away from a photo shoot and be proud with. I had mentioned to Lydia on the forums earlier that when taking pictures of flowing water, to get that nice flowing water effect, you need 1/10 of a second or slower. So we're shooting the falls and there's some spots of light still on the falls, and we're like, she doesn't have the filter to be able to get it to be a slower shutter speed. So far down as she could get was 1/20th of a second. And I'm like, shoot it anyway. Well, let's see what it looks like. And we're both surprised whenever she finished taking that picture that she was still getting the flowy effect. And the reason why was because she was zoomed in and there was this greater distance between us and the falls. So we're learning a lot in the field. We're learning that in the classroom, you know, we learn different rules and principles and tools to help us in the field. But when you actually get in the field, you know, you shoot, you know, the best you possibly can, and those tools are to help us, and it's okay if we kind of break those rules, and they don't really apply to every single situation to a T. So, you know, we just had great fun on location. And we were really hoping for an epic sunset. We were hoping for really good, awesome golden light. And sadly, a cloud bank came in and there really wasn't anything colorful. But we enjoyed ourselves and we had ourselves a good hot dog, picnic, dinner. Yeah, it was a really fun day.
We had a great dinner. How do you think it went, James?
I had a blast. I had so much fun that I got tired.
That's good.
I think field days are my favorite kind of workshop. They're real simple, not a lot of logistics go into it. Check out when the next one is planned, or hey, if you want one in your own town, I'd love to make myself available. You can learn more at lenspiration.com/field days. Like I said, we had tons of fun. I hope you learned a lot even from this little video. Keep learning with Lenspiration. We'll see you next time.